14 average that Michael van Gerwen threw in the quarterfinals of this event back in 2015. A stunning display. And who knows, there may be more to come. He really is doing the sorts of things that Josh Rock was doing last year, and we saw how that panned out for him. I mean, those two still going this weekend. Now, Nathan Aspinall is using new darts today.
108.
He has slimmed them down further, and that is in an effort to score more 180s, get more darts in the treble 20. And when your first three darts all go in the treble 20, I would suggest that things are going quite well.
So in Wimbledon season, it's not new balls, please, it's new darts, please. And these darts have been on a crazy diet this year.
Yeah, he's always been noted for having a certain shape of dart, the sort of torpedo, quite a chunky end to the barrel that tapers back towards the stem and the flight. But they've got smuts like slimmer and then slimmer again and slimmer still with these ones.
Keep slimming them down, we're not going to recognise those darts soon.
You're throwing like Jan van Veen ones, tiny little needles. That one cartwheels out of the board from smash.
And that one gets a 5.9 on the dismount.
80. 150.
This is a difficult game for Nathan Aspinall because Lukeman was very good yesterday without being spectacular. He stuck to his task. And that would have built a little bit more confidence. That's exactly what he's looking for at the minute, just to build something up.
Ooh. 72. What's the option here? Oh, went in search of the treble 16.
89.
Entertaining a double-double finish. Nathan going aggressive at the 18s. Ooh, he went double-double, and that didn't work out.
57 left.
They've been working pretty well, the double-double shots here today, haven't they?
54.
That 1-3-1 from Van Veen was the ultimate knockout punch.
That's a
16-dart holder throw.
Second leg is Nathan to throw first. Game on.
Third time these two have met. They did play on the Euro Tour just a month or two ago. Nathan won that one 6-4. Good game as well. He had to average 104 and he only won it by a couple of legs there, Nathan. They also met at the World Grand Prix. Smash was brilliant on the European Tour last year. It really was the platform he used to drag himself up the rankings, book his spots at the Matchplay and the World Grand Prix for the first time in his career. But his run at the Grand Prix was ended in the quarterfinals, his best major run in the PDC, Martin Lukeman, in a deciding set defeat to Nathan, who of course went on to reach the final, only losing out to MVG.
58.
That seems like a long time ago, doesn't it? We've had so many big tournaments since then, but they don't come any bigger, really, when it comes to warm weather darts than the World Matchplay. And that's where
81.
Lukeman made his debut last year in that tournament. It didn't go to plan.
Yeah, but getting there in itself is it's another one on the floor. Getting there in itself is an achievement, but it does go to show that it's difficult to get there and then keep getting there as well. Lukeman is not in the frame for the Matchplay this year.
Well, the theme for the World Matchplay this year is very different. It's, at the minute, got two debutants in Mike De Decker and Josh Rock. But the story at the minute is people returning. Steve Beaton and Raymond van Barneveld.
95.
And that story isn't
151.
near its final chapter yet. That final chapter is probably going to be tomorrow.
Treble 17 in tops. Lovely stuff.
111. Martin Lukeman 170.
They've got a bit of intricacy, those darts, as well. They've got a bit of a nutty style knurling at the bottom. Have you noticed that?
85. Nathan Lukeman 40.
It's all about the detail at the minute with those barrels that these superstars use.
35.
And when you do use new darts, sometimes for a player that doesn't change much, it's the doubles that take a little bit of time to figure out all of your different shots.
It's double 5 for Lukeman.
80.
Drags that inside. Furious, the Watford man, with that miss.
2 2s.
Yeah,
Nothing wrong with that one.
Nathan Aspinall.
Doesn't look particularly happy with his display so far. Only averaging 82 for the first couple of legs. And he's got plenty of time.
Start off with 4 perfect darts. He probably thinks, yeah, this is going to go great. And then all of a sudden, he's scrabbling around on double 2 just to level the match up.
If darts was easy, everybody would do it.
96.
But for Nathan, this game has been anything but a flat line of consistency over the last 10 years. He's had ups, he's had downs. And let's face it, aside from the Premier League this year, Pro Tour actually hasn't played that much.
Well, he hasn't. It's big stage Nathan. If it's not on a big stage, you don't want to know. He's gone all big time. Only played darts on the telly, pal. Hasn't played Pro Tour events since the very opening weekends. Because he's had the Premier League, he's been playing the Euro Tours, a vast majority of them.
140.
I mean, most of the Euro Tours, he ends up playing Danny Noppert. We could see it again, because they're seeded 8 and 9. So if they both win their games, they would meet in the last 16 once more.
Yeah, their rivalry this year is starting to turn into the Fast franchise. There's that many different snippets of it.
Asp v Noppi Tokyo Drift potentially coming up tomorrow afternoon. We'll see.
97.
I'm sure Martin would like to smash that out of the park and make sure that he's got a Sunday in his future. Aspinall looking for another max and getting it. I wonder if that's going to change Martin's outlook on this 55 to have the lead again.
Yeah, really good from Martin Lukeman.
Nathan to throw first.
Well, he's had darts to win every leg as Lukeman. Looking for his first victory against Nathan. Really was on the ropes against Graham Hall yesterday. 4-1 down. And he was allowed back into the game. There was some good stuff. But he could have been put away by Graham Hall if he'd just been a little bit sharper.
Yeah, I think if Graham had tightened up his approach play and a little bit of his scoring power, then Martin could have been on his way home today. Of that, there was no doubt. But his increase in productivity in that game coincided with Graham regressing a little bit and taking all of the remaining legs at the end of the match. It just showed that experience on the European Tour can really help you get out of those sticky situations. And yeah, I suppose you have to look at Martin in a very different light now to maybe just over a year ago. He was seen as someone who didn't have any European Tour experience. Now, because he's played so many times, he knows all of the intricacies of these tournaments and knows about prep, when to get here.
130.
That experience is invaluable.
Another in there. Following, you can see he's frustrated again. He sets it up very nicely and he asks the question to Nathan Aspinall, can you clear this up?
2 16s. Second choice was to move. Originally, he wasn't going to, but then he felt like he needed to. And Lukeman can get to the halfway point first, and does. His finishing has been very good. 3 hits from 5 so far. Not massive finishes, but he'll take them when they come. Finishes of 40, 55 and 36. Sometimes you don't need to have those massive outs like 1-2-4 in the ball and 1-3-1 at the end for Kian van Veen. You just need to clear up what you leave.
86.
I mean, Martin Lukeman, I mentioned how good he was on the Euro Tour last year. There were really... So he saved a couple of brilliant displays for Damon Heta in particular.
84.
But, you know, seeing him average in the high 90s, all going over 100 was not a rarity. This year, it's not quite been like that. He hasn't been playing out that level. But this looks pretty promising from Smash.
He mentioned playing Damon Heta last year. His 104 average in the German Darts Championship, that is his personal best on the Euro Tour. And we've got to start talking about things like that now because of what Van Veen's done this afternoon. I wonder if this tournament is going to yield a Euro Tour record at some point. Oh, smash. I can understand why he's done that, because by the looks of it, he wants to leave double 16 instead of tops if he gets the option. But it's all worked out pretty well in the end.
Yeah, it has. Nathan Aspinall, while not being poor, is being kind of out-muscled in this game. Lovely setup. May not matter. Third 14-darter in a row. Have to be double 2 for a 15-darter. He's got it. Martin Lukeman 4-1, and Nathan Aspinall is on the ropes. We've already seen the number 3 seed, Dave Chisnell, and the number 4 seed, Damon Heta, beaten this afternoon. Is the number 8 seed, Nathan Aspinall, about to join them?
180.
He's winning the 180 category so far, 3-1. But when you talk to me about Aspinall being on the ropes, it reminds me of a game that he played with Gerwin Price at Ali Pali when he was 2 sets to love down. He came roaring back.
139.
We all just held our breath for a second there.
He's got the thinner darts, and there looked plenty of room in that treble 20, but it must have been one of them kicking over that he didn't like the look of.
Either that or it was force of habit. Because when he gets 2 in a certain way, he probably thinks in his own mind's eye that needs a switch. But maybe
92.
that change of thinking will yield more opportunities for 180s in the future. But that fight back against Price at Ali Pali, that pretty much started
58.
the Asp as he is now. That use of the crowd and that boisterousness to win 3 sets to 2. I'll never forget it.
Yeah, 225s to leave tops, and there it is. It's a 12-darter from Nathan Aspinall. It's a bold move to go that way, but after the first dart landing where it did in the 25, it's covering a lot of the bull. So he's thinking, all I need to do, smash into it. I'm very unlikely to hit the bullseye because I'm covering most of it.
58.
So it almost makes that 25 target bigger. It's perhaps the best possible place that first dart could have gone.
There's a lot more people these days in matches like this trying to avoid leaving 15 with 1 dart left. Because you don't want to be going for a 3 or a 7 in a shaky moment. You can use other targets, but you're absolutely spot on there, Dan, because he wasn't looking at a portion of that 25 to the left or right. He was looking to nestle next to that barrel.
You can still see the holes in the 25 where those 2 darts have landed. It's, well, not from there you can't, but they're there. There we go. Beautiful stuff. Well, the 180s are flowing for Nathan Aspinall. He's up to number 4 now. But he's going to have to keep them coming, you think, because he's got to keep the pressure on Martin Lukeman.
55.
There you go. 1 just below the bullseye and 1 below that. Even with his slim down darts, it's difficult to negotiate your way past a blocker dart like that into the bullseye.
96.
Some people are really good at it. I think the defending champion, Luke Humphries, is a bit of a savant when it comes to getting past blocker darts. In fact, I think the best person I've ever seen at doing that is Tony O'Shea. If you look back at his early career in Lakeside finals, it's ridiculous how many times he could do it.
Fellow Stockport man to Nathan Aspinall. How about this for double 10? It is back-to-back 12 darters, and Nathan Aspinall is producing some magic to haul himself back into the contest.
And Smash has got every right to say to himself right now, uh-oh, here comes Nathan. This is looking really good around this 60 bet, isn't it? Look how much room he's got left.
140.
Well, we haven't seen the Asp in action since the US Darts Masters in New York, where he played well, actually, and lost in the quarterfinals to Jeff Smith, who went on to reach the final, of course. He averaged close to a ton in that game, having been amazing to beat Matt Campbell in the opening round.
Quite good pals, aren't they, Campbell and Aspinall?
Yes.
140.
You wouldn't have known it when he was chucking 106 average against him.
90.
Yeah, well, look at what Josh Rock did to Brendan.
Yes, quite.
But then, I think one of the biggest compliments, I don't mean to keep going on about this new kit, because it's a big deal to him to get the right darts in his hand. It can have such a monstrous effect on everything to do with his darts game. But there are many players who are of
60.
a world-class standard who are
87.
actually using Nathan's equipment because they think that this is a prime piece of kit.
For a third consecutive 12-dart leg, Nathan Aspinall is on fire.
Hot leg is Martin to throw first. Game.
Well, this is a 36-dart burst. And earlier on today, we saw a burst from Josh Rock of 39 darts. Some of the standard we've seen this afternoon has been stratospheric.
It has been absolutely brilliant, but this blitz from Nathan Aspinall, all it's done is get him back on level terms, and Martin Lukeman still has the darts. I mean, it's got to be difficult not to panic a bit when your opponent has just had a 3-leg burst where you've not even got in the finishing frame. They're going berserk. But you've also got to be thinking, he can't keep on doing this, can he?
Oh, he can.
He might, yeah.
It's a bit like Lukeman getting off the grid in a very good car. Aspinall has failed to start, but then when he does, Lukeman looks over his shoulder or in his wing mirror and he says, uh-oh, he's going rather quick now, isn't he?
Well, that might just be a little turbo boost for Lukeman, that 180. Oh, but Nathan's not letting him get away. Oh, my word. He is on for another 4-visit leg, potentially, here.
And he's not going to take the 131 in the same manner as Van Veen in the last game. That 93 could join the finishes of 90, 140 and 87 in the last 3 legs.
Going aggressive. Okay, looking up.
53. Martin, you require
He's fuming that he hasn't got another 12-darter, Nathan Aspinall. And it's because Martin Lukeman has got a chance here. What's the route? Oh, lovely. Double 15, can't miss inside. Oh, it doesn't miss inside. That's brilliant from Martin Lukeman.
Top leg is Nathan to throw first.
That is really good.
It really is. I concur, Mr. Dawson, because Aspinall's been landing blows for the last 3 rounds.
57.
And then all of a sudden, excellent head movement from Smash, and he lands a blow himself, and now he's got Aspinall back on the ropes. Just as I'm about to start talking about a possible personal best on the European Tour for Aspinall in this game, he doesn't care about anything like that. He just wants to win these 2 legs to get through to play against James Wilson or Danny Nopper.
Martin Lukeman is a leg away from his first ever victory against Nathan Aspinall. His first appearance in a final day on the Euro Tour this year. And it could be really significant for Lukeman in perhaps helping him get to the European Championship, things like that. 3 more events to come after this.
140.
Qualifiers for those final European Tour events will take place over the summer. And he's had a lot going on in his life over the last few months. A win today would mean so much to him. But he might have to do it in a last leg shootout.
100.
He will have the darts.
Well, that's 64. It looks pretty straightforward, but it may only be 1 dart at double, and Smash is going to be somewhere lurking.
Martin Lukeman.
89.
Yeah.
Nathan, you require 64.
Will that distract the ass? Probably not. Slide in next to it. No chance, Martin Lukeman.
Martin, you require
How much would he
82.
give to hit the bullseye here? To have 2 cracks of the whip. To beat Nathan for the first time and to be into Sunday.
17 and tops. This is your chance, Martin. Double top.
42.
He has had a match dart. He has missed it.
Nathan, you require
Will he get
8.
another in this leg? Will he get another at all? That is the first question answered, and it is a no. It will have to be a last leg shootout victory. Lukeman has the darts. Aspinall's averaging more than 104, and this is the best we've seen from Martin Lukeman on the Euro Tour this year.
I agree, it's been scrappy. There's been quality in there as well. You can hear who they want to win. So Lukeman's going to have to defy the crowd a little bit as well. But that darted tops for the match. That was a very sensible try, in my opinion. When you're feeling a little bit edgy on a match start like that, you're better off
96.
going for a shot that is slightly higher in case your arm tenses up and you just jag it at the end. Whereas if you go for the natural target and your arm feels tight, you'll miss it most of the time low. But Lukeman's in a bit of trouble if he doesn't get something sizable.
Well, he wasn't going to leave a finish after that second dart. But Martin Lukeman is kind of gambling that sort of one treble per turn and then take out a finish around about 100. He would love to leave something better, but he's got to pick up a treble to get to a real good chance of winning the match.
Yesterday,
oh, no.
Oh, no. Absolutely right. This is feeling way more comfortable now for Nathan.
Oh, it's a beauty. He follows it, double 19. Nathan Aspinall has nearly produced his fourth 12 darter of the game. They have both missed a match dart.
Was there a case for going for the sixth there?
There's a case for it.
23.
But I don't think it matters because Martin Lukeman has had two shocking visits back-to-back and it just eases the pressure a little on Nathan Aspinall. Double 8 to win it. To pull off the comeback from 4-1 down.
3.
Well, this 154, if this goes in, this would be more ridiculous than what we saw from Van Veen in the previous match. This will be unbelievable. And maybe the shot of the year so far.
It's got to be perfect. And it's not. And it means that Nathan Aspinall gets more chances. And Martin Lukeman had his chance. It was a dart at tops for a 6-4 win. It doesn't look like he's going to get another.
16.
Nathan Aspinall, 4-1 down. He was on the ropes at that time. He came out swinging with a succession of 12 darters. But can he hit the winning double?
He's had more darts at double than Lukeman by a stretch. And he has the win. What a game that was. Really tough stuff from Aspinall. He was on the ropes for most of that contest. But if it wasn't for that 36 dart burst from leg 6 to leg 8, he would have been dispatched. And in the one-leg shootout, he's just a little bit better. Breaking in leg 11. It will be possibly another meeting with Danny Noppert tomorrow. We'll find out if James Wilson can make sure that he's got a new opponent on the European Tour in the last 16 match tomorrow. But for now, Aspinall wins by 6 legs to 5. And next we've got a little bit of dirt against a little bit of thumbs up.